butterfly. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to The Artist Way, to chapter 1, week 1. And week 1 is called Recovering a Sense of Safety. This week initiates your creative recovery. You may feel both giddy and defiant, hopeful and skeptical. The readings, tasks, and exercises aim at allowing you to establish a sense of safety, which will enable you to explore your creativity with less fear. That helps because I have been anxious with challenging myself of 1 TikTok a day. I've been exposing myself. I've been exposing myself so hard, and I'm doing it again. And when I started recording, I was so anxious. Like, what if the neighbors hear me? And they will. But that's fine, because I have built safety inside myself, and this chapter was all about it. So I am building to safety. Some things I highlighted in the reading of this chapter is a quote by C.G. Jung, no idea. Nothing has a stronger influence psychologically on their environment and especially on their children than the unlived life of the parent. I would be blessed to birth children or to raise children when I'm a bit older. I'm 25 now, mind you. But it is really important to me that I will be able to give my all. I think I have no idea what it is to be a mother, but I think it is to put your child first. And I am not willing to feel resentful towards my kid when I can't choose for myself if I wanted to. So it is my responsibility to now live my life fully. So I will. Another thing I highlighted is artists love other artists. Shadow artists are gravitating to their rightful tribe but cannot yet claim their birthright. Very often audacity, not talent, makes one person an artist and another a shadow artist, hiding in the shadows, afraid to step out and expose the dream to the light, fearful that it will disintegrate to the touch. I just found this line very poetic, but also it is so true that with confidence you can get almost anything. Because you can have all the talent in the world or the intellect or expertise, but if you don't show up and speak up, how will anyone ever come to you? How will anyone ever know? So I'm just using the audacity. I have audacity, so yeah. Another one of the quotes. There are cute little quotes like on the sides of the book, like on every page, is by Joseph Chilton Pierce. To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong. I think I have tied my worth to my intellect, like I said in the introduction video, of course. So being wrong in things has felt degrading, and not because others would do it. Sometimes they would, of course. Don't vibe with those people, but I would degrade myself. I would be so rude and mean to myself in my head if I got something wrong, and I would shame myself so much. And of course, shame just holds you back in life and anything you do. So yeah, being creative, it's not there's no right or wrong, right? And there's no perfection either. I have been creating content, but I never know when it's finished, when it's done, when it's perfected. I feel like I can just keep on picking at it and changing little things or big things, but it doesn't give me the fulfillment of it feeling like it's finished or perfect. So I decided, especially in the beginning of this journey, to just accept that I'm a beginner and that it will be so flawed. And I've watched other YouTubers, of course, with their advice on how to start, and they always say don't put too much work in the beginning phase. I literally learned this immediately after the first video, where I recorded it a couple of times, which made me have to edit it, and it took so long. And of course it's not bad, since I learned a lot from it. The video, I wouldn't know if it's bad or not. So yeah, especially in the beginning, I just am not willing to fear being wrong or being bad. I just call it being a beginner, being a student, being new to it. Yeah. Another highlight: it is impossible to get better and look good at the same time. Well, gonna fight you on that one. I did my hair for recording day, and I think it sits amazing. The sun is out. I planned this very well, so if what I'm talking about isn't good, then then at least my hair is good. Yeah, okay. So, core negative beliefs. I would like to share them to the people and expose myself, because I hope people can maybe relate and it could help. Maybe. Let me see where they are. Some people live for fortune, some people just for the fame. Yeah, they're called blurts. So the things your mind says whenever you want to do something, the things your mind says to keep you safe from exposing yourself. So my most common blurts are what I call, the first one, Mount Overwhelm. That it's just too much, and that I'm just too chaotic, and that I have no overview. And it's kind of true. Like, I have so many ideas and I'm like all over the place, but that does not mean I can't do it. I just need to break it up in little steps. Another blurt is I can't start or do it if it's not correct or efficient. Well, the quote, of course, already tackled that. So the third one, I'm scared to hurt others and for others to judge me. So within creative expression, and I love to write mostly, I write about my own experiences. And within my own experience, of course, a lot of other people are involved as well. And I have been struggling with how I would portray them. And like, I'm not here to hurt anyone, but it's also not my responsibility to shut up so they don't get hurt, right? So that's a blurt of mine. And of course, for others to judge me, I guess most people have that insecurity, but fuck that. It's as simple as that. Just have less shits to care about. Just have less fucks to give a shit about. The fourth one, I don't have enough energy to be creative daily. Now that I read it out loud, I'm not feeling it. Today I've had a lot of energy, and it has a lot to do with how I woke up and what I did when I woke up. So I realized in this chapter, recovering a sense of safety, it starts with safety in the body. So today I have a lot of energy, and other days it feels like I don't have any energy at all. It's like the depression still lingers a little bit, you know. And also, being creative doesn't mean you need to have energy when you draw, when you write, or when you just don't dance and be all active. You don't need that much energy. So it is not really tight. It's like, I worked in corporate for almost 3 years, and I also didn't have enough energy to do calls because I was a sales consultant, but it wasn't tight there either. It's all mindset. Even if you're fucking tired, you have to pick up that phone. So it's the same with creativity, right? It's a flow. It doesn't take extra energy, it doesn't take battery, it even adds to the battery. So that's a limiting belief that I don't want to accept that. The fifth one, romance and sex hijack my focus. I forget about myself. And this one has been true for, I think, 10 years of my life. And knowing this, it's good to note it, right? I've known this for a while, and I've struggled with it, and I've felt judgment for it and all these things, but I have accepted that I am easily intrigued by company, and I do forget about myself sometimes, but I have centered myself, so I'm not willing to believe this anymore. And of course this blurt still comes up, and not even the blurt, thoughts of being with someone still comes up, but I have self-control now. I have a backbone now. So it's just a matter of time, really. That's why I added this rule in a 3-month journey, because after 3 months it's not in my system anymore, and the limiting belief will be gone. I want to change this into co-creation. I don't want to be distracted when I'm with others. I want to co-create. I'm open to relationships and community when they are on the same kind of journey, right? Yeah. So after writing down the blurts, it was an exercise to change them up into positive affirmations. So the first one about Mount Overwhelm. I pave my own path up the mountain, and I do it by focusing on the next steps. I know all these big and huge things I want to achieve, but I'm not getting up when I'm overwhelmed. So yeah, step by step. The second one about not doing it correct or efficiently. Perfect is passive. Progression is a dance. The third one about hurting others and judging myself. My truth deserves volume. Whoever listens has their own volume button. And it's so true. Just don't fucking listen to me. So if you don't want to listen to me, get out of here. The fourth one, I don't have enough energy to be creative daily, is resting generates fuel. It's no proof of stagnation. Oh yeah, now I understand why I put that in there. I have lived and worked and survived in a patriarchal system, right? Where rest is looked upon, frowned upon even. And I'm a woman. I need more sleep than an average man. So first I needed to realize that it's okay to rest. Of course, you also have to learn how to rest, because doom scrolling on TikTok is not resting at all. I think my biggest fear is stagnation, because I have felt stagnated for, I guess, my whole depression. Even though I was fighting a war, it felt like stagnation because I wasn't up to par with all the other people my age. And that's why I'm so scared of stagnation, and I guess that's why I'm so intense about self-development. Let's say that. But I think traveling through Asia 4 months and literally doing nothing but rest has proved me that it's not stagnation, because I have changed. I have done inner work, and it's valuable as fuck. So resting does generate fuel, and this fuel can be put into creative things. It's just about planning, right? The last one, romance and sex hijack my focus. I forget about myself. The affirmation is love can visit my routines, stay at home. Yeah, that's a good one. I dropped the mic. Yeah. And get the fuck out when I'm done. Sorry, rude. Okay. So the tasks. It starts with task 1, the morning pages. And I have had no problem with the morning pages at all, because I write all the time. So I didn't start when I started the artist way. I already did it. And of course there's like 3 pages now, and it wasn't that strict before that. Like it never stops there, so there's enough to get out. The only thing I did struggle with within the morning pages was the morning. The morning part of it. The pages, no problem, but the morning, I haven't had a lot of mornings these past few weeks. Since I got back from my travels, my sleep schedule has been so off. I have been up till like 2 to 4 a.m. at night, and I wake up like around 12, so there's no morning to it. And when I start off the morning with other things than, let's say, flow, then my whole day can be ruined. So it is really about recovering a sense of safety, because I have journaled about this in my morning pages. To why do I have such a hard time every morning all my life? And I realized it's because most of my life has been unsafe. It has been unsafe to live, it has been unsafe to feel, it has been unsafe to be a person. So I think every morning when I wake up, my body still has the automatic response to like a warning, like it's unsafe, don't wake up. So I'm a big snoozer. Even when I wake up happy or energetic, my body just says no, just go back to sleep, as if something bad will happen when I get out. So when I realized that my body is still not used to me being happy and peaceful, I knew, and I've known this for a long time, that I needed a good morning routine. This is what I wrote. We land in the body, so the mind has somewhere safe to speak from. Because the morning pages are like the mind, right? So it's important to first land in the body, and if I dissociate immediately when I wake up, my whole day will be chaotic, which I have also thrived in apparently, but I want to work on this. So I have created a new morning routine, and I've started trying to do this where I first focus on feeling safe in my body, and then starting with the morning pages, and then go on with the day. I'll make a short clip about this with a voiceover, content creator style, I guess. Welcome to my morning routine. As you can see, I'm so happy you're all here. And then when you finally get out of paralysis, it's important to acknowledge your significant other. And even more important, stay hydrated. Especially if you're a drooler, which I'm not. Your first task can be achieved low effort by just making your bed, not leaving it. So if we're really honest, the thing that always gets you out of bed is the need to pee, right? So take that cue and watch out for your head along the way. And the trick lies here. When you finally get up out of that bed, don't touch it again when you come back. You just need to start and dance. Let's go, let's go back, you know I need you here. Darling, when you let go, can't go back, you know I need you here. Bodies will never let go. Let's go back, you know I need you here. Lonely when the lights go. Let's go, that's why I need you here. Let's go back. As you can see, that worked wonders. So then when you finally feel awake enough, I start with breathing exercises. So inhale for 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, and that 4 times. Try to also sit in direct sunlight and open that window for some fresh air and listen to those birds. Oh, and I almost forgot, I am doing a 1% better challenge with myself where I do push-ups because I can do 5 on my knees. So there you have it. I landed safely in my body so I can speak from the mind. So I start writing my morning pages, which I do on my laptop, and when that's finished I can start the day. Yeah, how my morning went? Well, they went great. The second task, take myself on an artist date. My artist date, I went to the inner garden of the municipality building of Rotterdam because I had lived there for 5 years but I never gone, and it was a beautiful garden where I saw 2 photo shoots of people marrying, which was really cute and wholesome and romantic, but I'm just not a fan of marriage because, well, I'm not diving into that topic right now. But it was, I love to see love, and anyone do you, right? So I went there just to walk around, sit in nature under the sun and read The Artist Way. And after that I went for lunch at a place I had never been before either. It's called Grace. It was okay. I just loved looking at people walking by because the streets of Rotterdam are very busy. The third task was, and fourth and fifth, was the time travel. And I had to note 3 old enemies of my creative self-worth, a letter to those monsters, and 3 champions of my creative self. And I have done this book before, so I already knew a lot of people who I could note down, and like, I'm not angry with them. Like, I'm not angry at my parents to say that I have the intellect, not the creativity. I just, as a child, took it so hard and so literally. No one is to blame. It's also how I perceive things, right? So it's nice to know which things have caused me to believe certain things, but at the end of the day, we are our own monsters. I also read the book The Mountain Is You when I was I listened to it when I was traveling on Spotify. And it is true. We create our own reality, right? Multiple truths can exist at once. And it's just a matter of to which one are we listening. So fake it till you make it. My advice. I think there are constantly monsters popping up, saying things like your dreams are not realistic, or how would you make money off of that. When you realize that everyone just speaks out of their own belief system, then you know to not take it on for yourself. Of course, these things can inspire you to think about it. Like, yeah, indeed, how do I want to make money with this? But it doesn't have to be you can't make money with this. Maybe they can't. Maybe they can't. But it doesn't mean I can't. Watch me. Yeah, and 3 champions of my creative selves. I have wrote down 6 people. Then there was a task about imaginary lives. If you had 5 other lives to lead, what would you do in each of them? And the 5 I wrote are a singer, songwriter, performer, an actress, a writer or film producer, a therapist, and a lawyer. And then for 1 week you have to like choose one to be. And with my TikTok challenge of posting every day, I pretend I'm a singer anyways. No, I am a singer. I'm a Filipina, so I have been singing all my life. Karaoke is my religion. I realized that all of these imaginary lives, they all focus on the voice of speaking. So I think that says a lot. That's why I also started, of course, content creating and YouTube, because I can just yap and yap the fuck on. So yeah, that was chapter 1. And I'm now reading chapter 2, recovering a sense of identity. Yeah, I think the first chapter is the base of living life, right? A sense of safety. And when you get born, it's your parents' duty to make you feel safe in the world, and a lot of times it's just not possible in the ways you would hope. My parents have tried giving me everything I needed, and I am forever grateful. And in every person's life, unfortunately, a lot is missing as well. But a sense of safety, that's where it starts, because within this sense of safety you can grow as a person. It's the difference between surviving and living. And so that has been step one in any recovery, is a sense of safety. I remember dealing with a lot of addictions and going to therapy, and every time I had this fall back into an addiction and into ignoring my feelings, and it building up inside, and I feeling more dark and dark every day. My therapist asked me, how did you get out of it last time? And it always starts with a sense of safety. It starts with the environment being clean, and that there is literally room and space for me to be in. It starts with that, because at home when I was younger there was not really space for me to be myself, to have needs. And when that sense of safety is set, then so much more can grow out of it. Even within unsafety you can grow and flourish, but having a foundation built on safety is what everyone deserves. And unfortunately, right now in the world, most people don't feel safe. We are focusing a lot about, of course, the wars and the genocide that are happening, and we focus a lot on women being oppressed by the system, by the patriarchy, because it's true, we are being oppressed and we are being hurt. I've been hurt, I've been assaulted, and the people who are aware of it, mostly the victims, they speak out for ourselves. I speak out for women as well, but of course men are also feeling very unsafe, and unsafety lies within the emotional realm. The system has taught us that emotions and feelings, that they are weak. It's a part of being human to feel. Everyone has to wake the fuck up to their belief systems. I'm not saying people have to change them like I am trying to do. I'm not saying that you don't have to live a different life in the countryside sustainably. I'm not saying that, but be fucking aware of the construct you were born in, and the one you're living in, and the one you want for your legacy. Just become aware. Change will happen inevitably. It's the only constant. So yeah, I am really proud of having my sense of safety, that I have my own back, that I protect myself, that I don't need anyone else, and realize that I can be with people. It's safe now to come out and play, so let's play. So I realized so many noises, that it's too much, that I am too creative. Hello. 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 Hello.